Our low budget Warlock Aggro deck costs around 1560 Arcane Dust to make, not counting the common cards, but it will help you start climbing the rankings, particularly between rankings 20 and 15. Look, with a good draw, this can present such pressure to your opponent in the early game that they will not be able to establish control. But should you have a bad draw, you can always gain some of the advantage back by sacrificing your health for card advantage with your hero power. However, keep in mind that using your hero power may give your opponent that slight edge needed to beat you, so be cautious if you are behind. If your opponent starts to control the board, you can reset with Power Overwhelming and Shadowflame. Try to avoid going to the late game, as this will give a significant advantage to your opponent, and most of your play is in the early game. Alright, let's throw away those Defenders of Argus. 2 Leper Gnomes is always good. Earthen Ring Farseer is acceptable. Then I'll put up with the Harvest Golem. So let's see how hard we can get those Leper Gnomes to work for us. Any combat damage that they can deal is bonus. Let's see how he reacts to this. Probably just a hero power. Here we go. If I play the Flame Imp, which I'm going to do, it's going to draw removal out of his hand. He can't afford to leave that out there this early in the game. Swinging with both Leper Gnomes is just bonus damage. That was great. But he can't afford to let me swing for, 7 points next turn. That's just ridiculous. Having paid 3 life for that demon, that's the obvious choice to get rid of.
I wonder.
I can get the life back next turn with my Earthen Ring Farseer. So let's go ahead and do that.
Eyes are open.
So the Leper Gnomes have pretty much done their job now. I can maybe switch modes, depending on what he does this turn, of course. But if he's going to start laying creatures, I can use my Leper Gnomes to start getting rid of them. Why? Well, they've already done their bonus damage. And they're going to do more damage when they die.
I wonder.
So I've still done 7 damage, which is quite acceptable. Probably lay down a Flame Imp next turn, depending on what I draw. And I'm not quite sure what he's going to do here. Probably just drop a few creatures. Okay, a bit of card draw is always good. So this means that Shadowflame is going to be a good choice, using the Leper Gnome for the bonus damage.
Of course.
So obviously with my opponent on 8 life, he needs to do something critical here. This is a critical point in the game. I would expect him to drop at least a taunt creature, if not a charge creature.
I let the dogs out.
Okay, I can deal with that. To be honest, at this point in the game, with him on 8 life and me on 23, I could sit back and just wait until I draw the removal. But I'm going to drop a defender in the middle here and get rid of his taunt creature and then swing for 4. So I know I've got a lot of direct damage in my deck, so I'm not too worried at the moment. Knife Juggler could get in some points as well. He's probably going to swing at me, not at my creature. Okay, let's see what we can get out of the Knife Juggler next turn.
Put this apple on your head.
My shield for Argon! Into the breach!
So obviously he has to kill my Knife Juggler. There's too many opportunities for it to do the 1 point to him, thus ending the game. Quite content to sit back now and wait to draw that direct damage. I do have to be careful because hunters can dish out heaps of damage in 1 turn. He's got 13 points of damage sitting there just there, so I can't afford to be too relaxed. So he has to get rid of at least 1 creature, otherwise I can kill his taunt creature and swing through for the win. No damage yet. No, not this turn.
My eyes are open.
Now he's got 8 damage there on the board. I'm only on 16. I don't feel comfortable with that. So I'm going to have to kill one of his creatures, i.e. the taunt creature.
Into the breach!
By doing that, I force his hand. He has to put down more taunt or get rid of my creatures. And the chance that I'll draw into some direct damage is going up each turn. The reason he's lasted so long is because of the card draw mid-game. Okay, so I'm not too worried. There's the damage I was waiting for. So that's a victory in rank 18. I'll see you again when we get to rank 17.